But yeah, speaking of Marvel, we have Eternals. The trailer came out. The final trailer came out, and this was amazing. And I was really surprised by this trailer. Um, the first, okay, so Eternals is something that I have no idea about. I don't know who these characters are. I don't know what their powers are. And I was not that interested in this, but I was definitely gonna watch it, obviously. But that first teaser or trailer, whatever that came out, and it was not as interesting to me. It just felt okay. It didn't feel as big, or um, it didn't feel like a huge, massive scale movie at that time. But this trailer came out and it just blew my mind by what scale they showed here. They show literally a celestial creating a galaxy. that was that was crazy, and the visuals are pretty good. The color grading, I liked for the most part, but I still don't like the empty white skies look that MCU has. But there's some shots that are really really good, like the sun, the UFO that they are in, and inside that their powers are cool and stuff like that. It's I think a lot of it is pretty cool, and this trailer definitely got me more excited for Eternals than anything they have put out so far. I was I was genuinely not that interested in this, but now I definitely am. And by the end of the trailer, you just feel like, yeah, this is going to be as big in scale as Guardians 1, where they explain all this history that you have of the Celestials and where they were and all that. There's they've been on Earth since 7,000 years, so obviously they will tackle some history and all that. So I'm always interested in that stuff. So yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I wonder did they put all these stuff in the trailers because they want to see is there interest for this movie because like with the Delta variant and stuff like this, like would they do a date and day release of Disney Plus and theaters? Maybe not after what's happening with Black Widow, but there's definitely interest for this, definitely. And I thought visually the film looked absolutely stunning. You know, some of the shots were amazing. And Chloe Zhao, of course, Oscar winner, director for Nomadland, she shot a lot of these on location, a lot of these shots and stuff like that, which you can really tell and it really stands. And of course, everything's not real. There's lots of CGI in this movie as well, and a lot more action than I was expecting. And very Superman like powers from one of the
Speaking
characters
of, a
as
lot
well,
more of
which
that than I
was
was expecting as well,
awesome.
because I saw Chloe's movie Nomadland and it was very, very grounded and dry. But here they have
Yeah,
CGI,
exactly.
it's big, massive scale, so I'm really impressed.
Yeah, and you got a great cast. The only thing that not ruined the trailer, but just brought it down was some of the
Yeah,
comedy choices. Like, if they didn't have those two jokes, this is an amazing
yeah,
trailer. You know, it really is. Especially the end joke. Like, yeah, it's
yeah,
funny, but it doesn't suit the rest of
yeah.
the trailer. It doesn't suit the rest of the trailer. And but yeah, I love seeing all the powers from the certain characters. Like, these Silentians, is it? Or what?
Celestials.
How do you say it? Yeah, those characters look crazy and what they were doing. So how does that play into the movie? Like, who witnesses these characters? Is it a history lesson? I don't know. It's awesome. The shot of the Earth as well. The reference towards Thanos and the snap and Tony Stark. You know, like is the MCU just like can they not get away from Thanos and Iron Man, or is it actually just playing into the story? Of course, it's a Marvel Cinematic Universe. These things did happen, and there has to be an after effect. And this seems to be an after effect from the snap. So that's interesting. So also, I didn't like the piece of dialogue from Angelina Jolie's characters. Like, as basically paraphrasing, I love the people of Earth. Do you really love them when you just stood by and let Thanos, do what he
Yeah.
did and stuff like that? But then again, they can't get involved until a certain type of creature gets involved. With demons, that's when they can help Earth. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out in the movie. But yes, some awesome visuals, some great shots, and it didn't seem like a Marvel movie at all with those shots. Now, maybe it's because of her and the way she wants to direct this movie, or maybe this is something unique to the Marvel universe. The comedy will be there as always.
I think
But
they're going to
yeah,
set
I
up a
thought it
lot
was
of stuff in this
breathtaking.
movie. That's why they have to have that.
Yeah, it was very breathtaking, and I'm all for it. And I can't wait for Eternals now. I really can't. I definitely need to see this in the big
Yeah,
screen.
me too, for sure. And obviously, her strong suit is storytelling, and Feige was just um, he was just praising this movie like it's the thing that you have to look forward to. Not even Spider-Man. It's this movie is the thing that you have to watch, right? So um, he'll definitely put this movie out for Oscars. He'll definitely do it. And if he's that impressed by this,
Yeah,
there's definitely a good story in there, which is really key to a good movie. So without that, I don't think this movie will work. But yeah, there's probably a really good story here.
yeah. I will. You would expect that from Chloe Zhao after winning an Oscar, but then again, Nomadland had an interesting uh, undertone, but like it was
Yeah,
boring at times as well. It's where you're just following the one character, but it's a completely
yeah,
different movie. So I'm going to have trust in Chloe Zhao that she has a very interesting, maybe thought-provoking movie with some interesting characters, awesome action. So yeah, let's go. This just looks amazing. Some of these shots, and I'm all for it. I'm intrigued. I want to learn who these characters are, who these creatures are, and what exactly is going on with the Eternals. Awesome. Now, it seems to be we're getting a lot of these team up movies the last few years. Invincible, The Boys, Jupiter's Legacy, Eternals, Justice League, the same kind of
are you
um,
going to address your
similar
tweet?
characters, similar characters like similar powers. Now, like I just no, what I was trying to say in my tweet was that it seems to be everybody's able to make like edgy superheroes that have the same powers as the Justice League, except for Zack Snyder. He's not allowed by Warner Brothers. Like this. Like imagine if the Zack Snyder's Justice League trailer came out in 2016 for Justice League, and that he got to make his movie. Like imagine how like mind blowing and internet blowing that would have been back then, and how
Yeah,
different it would have looked. Eternals like was trending all day. It was a big hit online because it looked so different. It looked amazing. And yeah, she looks like that shot there of the Earth reminds me of. Is there a similar shot in the nightmare sequence with Dark Side? I can't think which shot it is now, but there's like is there a planet in Zack Snyder's Justice League that looks like it's supposed to blow up or something like that, or Flash
yeah,
goes
yeah,
through
yeah.
time? And I don't
In
know. There's a similar
Cyborg's
shot. Yeah,
Cyborg's Nightmare.
it looks similar to like imagine that trailer for Zack Snyder's Justice League came out in 2016,
Yep.
2017. Like how big that would have been
I
back then.
mean, even the
I'm just
Justice
saying,
League
like
trailers were
he
very
never
hyped
got
up.
to.
So
Yeah,
just imagine
yeah,
this
yeah,
trailer.
the war, yeah, yeah, and those were compromised ones back then as
Yeah.
well. But like I'm just saying, like he never got to do his full thing. Chloe Zhao was getting to do her full thing here, and it just shows you how amazing things can look. I'm not knocking the Eternals or Invincible or Jupiter's Legacy. I like all those shows. I'm just saying it's annoying. It's frustrating as a fan that everyone else gets the thing to do it, but then he's criticized and Warner Brothers don't want him. So he's out. It looks like she's doing something really cool here.
Yeah. And if you guys haven't noticed, there's a Superman type character in this, called, named Icarus. And, he has
Mm.
laser eyes, heat vision, everything. Flight. So obviously he's going to be the fan favorite character after the movie comes out. That's just a guess. I'm just saying because, obviously people will compare him to Superman and he'll have the best powers in the movie. So yeah, most people will like it. And
Every,
then after the movie comes out
but like,
and he's a hit and a fan favorite, what do you think Warner Brothers is going to do?
man, it's stupid because Invincible, you have
Omni Man.
Omni Man. Jupiter's Legacy, you had uh, or what's his name? Euphoria Man.
Ah,
What's his name?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Forget.
His name was Utopia. Yeah,
Utopia. Utopian.
Utopian.
Swoop you. And then on The Boys, you have Homelander. And these are all really popular characters. And then you have Warner Brothers with Henry Cavill, who is a huge star and loved by the internet as Superman, and they won't use him.
Ah,
And you have, and Marvel's getting ahead now, Amazon's getting ahead with The Boys, Netflix kind of, we're trying to do it. It's ridiculous. Warner Brothers, what the fuck you doing?
what the fuck you're doing?
But that's why Kevin Feige's the best at this stuff. He knows how
Yeah,
to get audience's attention, and he'll make his version of Superman better than Warner Brothers.
yeah, for sure. And Hiding TK asks, did it seem to you guys that Icarus may have killed Ajax, or am I reading into it too much? Well, from that sentence, I don't even know who Ajax is, and I didn't even notice all of that, what you're saying. I just know who Icarus is, but I literally have no idea about these characters, so I'm the wrong person to ask. So, Mar, do you know about anything about that?
I'm completely oblivious to these
Me
characters
too.
and the world of the Eternals. I haven't even watched any real breakdowns of the Eternals trailer yet, but I'm going in as somebody who is an Eternals virgin. I don't know anything about these characters. I'm going in to be educated. Hopefully, Chloe Zhao can educate me on who these characters exactly are. And I wonder if a character within the Eternals is evil or will turn on them or is working for an evil. Maybe it's Ajax. I don't know
Oh,
who that is.
Ajax is
An evil
Salma Hayek's
villain.
character. So he's
Am I
you're
character?
saying Icarus might kill
Look,
her? Wow.
he could be an evil Superman. He could be a Homelander. He could be something like that. So that would be
Yeah.
interesting. See, I don't think all of these Eternal people are still good. I think
Yeah.
they used to be. I think maybe corrupt. Very much like Jupiter's Legacy. We got to see that as well with a few characters. Nobody stays good forever,
Yeah.
man.
And do you think we'll have a um massive scale villain for this, because they all of them are a team and they're too powerful, right? So do you think there's a very strong massive villain?
Maybe I don't know. Those Silentians, are they villains? Are they just, are they like
Yeah.
gods, or
I
what
mean, they're
exactly are
creating
they?
galaxies and universes.
Yes,
So,
they seem pretty
yeah,
big. They seem bigger than a planet. So I don't know if they
bigger
can
than a
fight.
galaxy.
And
I don't think we can even
yeah,
see
so
a character interact with them because they're that big.
yeah, it's probably they could. Yeah, it could probably be a history lesson or a vision or
Yeah.
something like that. But yeah, I don't know who the villain is for this movie. But I don't. I think one of the villains will be somebody within the Eternals. Maybe it is Icarius.
Yeah. Or maybe it's this character, the one who is with Angelina here in the cave.
Yeah, yeah, that's a weird CGI looking
Yeah.
character. That could be the villain, Steppenwolf 2.0 maybe. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm definitely gonna watch this one.
Yeah. Me too. Becca says, I think WB is gonna do nothing. That's what they've been doing so far. And Hiding TK says, WB will come out with Space Jam 3. Hey,
But
that's
definitely,
definitely coming.
it's making really good money at the box office. 150 million, I think, so far. It's a sequel's
Yeah,
coming.
for sure. Anyway,
Yeah,
that's our thoughts on Eternals. We really liked the trailer and we are excited to watch the movie. And it comes out in November, on November 5th, which is not that far away. So that's good.